At WWDC, Apple announced their next generation of software and the design they'll be using. Apple started the event by confirming that they aim to release personal context to Apple Intelligence, which was announced last year, in the coming year. Apple is also expanding Apple Intelligence to support more languages with the next version of iOS. The next version of iOS, and all of Apple's software, will also use the new naming system, where the version number matches the year its public release is in the longest. This means that the next version of iOS will be iOS 26, and this same version number will be used across all of Apple's software. In the new software, Apple is creating a style which they call liquid glass. This is a visionOS-like design, which includes many transparent elements. The new liquid glass also reacts to you moving your phone by adapting the highlights to make a realistic reaction to light. This style is used across the system, from the lock screen to app icons to in-app menus. In iOS 26, app icons received an update to implement the new liquid glass design. In the default, dark, and new clear app icons. On the lock screen, the time adapts in size to match the image being shown. The area of the image also adjusts as notifications arrive, moving the subject up the screen. The lock screen also supports a 3D effect for photos, which can be used on any photo even if it isn't a spatial photo. The Now Playing view is also animated on the lock screen. The camera app is also getting a redesign, with the photo and video mode being shown when you open the app, and swiping to access more modes. Swiping up opens the camera controls, and at the top of the screen there's the resolution and frame rate. The Photos app has also been split up into sections, Library and Collections. The 3D effect from the lock screen can also be accessed directly in the Photos app. FaceTime has also been redesigned to include contact posters from the call screen. Along with this, the Phone app is getting a unified layout to include recents and favorites in a single list. The new call screening mode listens for the first few seconds of a call to give you a reason for the call before you pick up. The Phone app is also getting a hold assist feature. This detects hold music and allows you to move the call to the lock screen so your iPhone can call you back when it detects the hold music has ended. The Messages app also gets a new backgrounds option, along with an option for sending polls to group chats, as well as typing indicators so you can see who is typing in a group chat. The Messages app can also detect unknown senders which are important, and which ones can be ignored. Using Apple Intelligence, you'll be able to combine emojis to create a new emoji, or adjust details on a genmoji of a person. Image Playground will receive a new option to generate an image with ChatGPT. Text messages and calls can also be translated in real time. Apple has also added a more compact design for a call in CarPlay, and an option for sending tapbacks directly from CarPlay. In iOS 26, you also get the option to add widgets to CarPlay, and live activities will also carry across. This is also all available in Apple's new CarPlay Ultra. Apple Music is also getting lyrics translation, lyrics pronunciation, and a new auto mix feature to transition between songs by matching the beat. In Apple Maps, your favorite route to work will be saved. This means you can get notified of any diversions on your route before you leave. You can also get a list of places you visited before. You can also store a digital ID to Apple Wallet. This allows you to verify your age without needing to upload an ID to each service that asks for one. There's also a refreshed boarding passes, with a link to indoor mapping of an airport, and an option to share your live plane status. Using Apple Intelligence, you can track orders from outside Wallet by checking emails and text messages to create an order status. Apple are also bringing a Games app to iPhone, with Apple Arcade and challenges against friends. There's also an update to Visual Intelligence, which detects objects shown on screen, such as products and events. You can also ask ChatGPT about the content shown on screen using Visual Intelligence. In watchOS 26, the new liquid glass is used on the Photos watch face and in the Smart Stack, as well as across apps on the Apple Watch. Apple are also introducing Workout Buddy, using Apple Intelligence from a connected iPhone. This gives motivation and information about your current workout. The Smart Stack is also getting an update to give you recommendations directly to the watch face. Apple Watch will also be able to detect when to silence calls based on the noise around you. You can also use a wrist flick gesture to dismiss a notification, mute incoming calls, silence timers and alarms, and even close the Smart Stack. This will be available to any Apple Watch Series 9 or later. The Notes app is also going to be available in watchOS 26. In tvOS 26, you can show the user profiles when Apple TV wakes from sleep. You can also connect an iPhone to use the microphone to Apple TV when using Apple Music Sing. This also allows you to react with emojis on screen. macOS 26 still has a name like Sequoia, and this year it will be macOS Tahoe. In macOS Tahoe, Apple has made the menu bar transparent and added customization to the control center. You can also customize folders with a color and add an emoji. macOS Tahoe also adds support for dark, clear, and tinted app icons. Live activities also carry across to your Mac from your iPhone, and you can even now access the phone app from your Mac and make calls and receive them. With Apple Intelligence, you can now access intelligent actions. These allow you to summarize text, create images, and even access services like Apple's private cloud compute model. This also supports on-device and ChatGPT. Using Spotlight, you can also access shortcut actions and in-app actions. And with quick keys, you can access frequently used actions quicker, for example using SM in Spotlight to send a message. Apple has also introduced Game Overlay with macOS Tahoe, including quick controls and an option to invite friends. In visionOS 26, you can add widgets to your space, such as a clock, weather, music, and photos widget. Personas are also getting more realistic with visionOS 26. And you can even share a movie or other supported content with people around you who have a Vision Pro. Apple has also announced support for accessories such as Logitech Muse, which is a pen for Apple Vision Pro. Sony's PlayStation VR Sense controllers will also be usable with Apple Vision Pro starting in visionOS 26. Apple has also developed an option for native playback of 360 video on Vision Pro, as well as an option for viewing 3D models from the web. In iPadOS 26, Apple have introduced a new windowing system. This is similar to Stage Manager, but keeps everything on screen until it's minimized.
Wow.
There's also a menu bar like there is on macOS.
Who would have thought?
Apple also announced that this will be available for all iPads that support iPadOS 26, not just M1 or later like Stage Manager is. iPad is also going to get the Preview app from macOS, with new tools specifically for iPad such as Apple Pencil Markup. Apple also announced there will be a studio quality vocals mode for AirPods, as well as local capture to record high quality video directly over FaceTime. iPadOS 26 also adds support for background tasks to run on iPad, and that was what Apple announced this year at WWDC. Apple's new software is currently in developer beta and will be in public beta starting in July. This software will be released in September.